want you to be on page 4, Madison, please. I want you to stay focused. Thank you, Atlas. Where did you see? All right, so today in reading, we're going back into our story, The Foolish Milkmaid. And remember, we talked about story parts. We know that all stories have how many parts? 3. What do they have? Beginning, middle, and end. Very good. What we're going to do now is learn how to break up those parts into who, when, where, what, how. Okay? So we're going to break it down even more to learn how to retell a story. Now, if I say who, what do you think? Who named in a story? Yes. The characters. What about when? Yes. What time? Not just what time. Yes, ma'am. What day? Okay, time and day, but when could be something else. Where? What is where?
Where this place begins and where it ends.
Yes.
Where we are at the center.
You are absolutely right. Action. It tells you the setting. Everybody can say that, right?
Yes.
Setting. So, and action just told us our setting could change. I can write a story about when I was a little girl, and I can start off in the kitchen, but I can end up outside playing ball with my brothers. So the setting in a story can change. But when we ask a question, we might ask about the overall setting. Like, where were they for the majority of the story? Okay? And then, what? What do you think that's going to do, Madison? Let me call her Madison. If I say, what do you think I'm asking as far as being in the story? We read the story of the Foolish Milkmaid. What? Not the beginning. I want to know, if I ask you to tell your mama this story, what is your mama going to ask you? Mom, I read this story called The Foolish Milkmaid, and she's going to say, well, Madison, what blank in that story? What? Madison, what happens? Yes, thank you, Alan. Yeah, what happened? So that's going to be in the middle. Not only that, some characters have problems. And then, just like in math, Anakin, with a math problem, we have to do what? Solve it. Yes, give me a high five. You got it. We have to solve it. So when we're reading a story, the character in the plot has a problem. What problem did the Foolish Milkmaid have, Eleanor? You were here yesterday. What was she doing? I'm gonna buy me a pretty dress, and all the boys want to dance with me. And what problem did she have? You remember? Okay. Gianna, help her out.
The problem was that
she wasn't paying attention to what she was doing, and she, in the end, she learned what? She learned a lesson. Sometimes characters learn a lesson, and sometimes they find a solution. Just like in math, we solve, like Anakin told us, to get an answer, we get the solution. How did they solve their problem? So remember, we went, what shape did we use for the beginning of the story?
a triangle.
A triangle. So So now we can go back and annotate in our text the triangle for the beginning of the story. What do we use for the middle of the story?
A circle.
A circle. And what do we use for the end of the story?
A square.
A square. So, just what we talked about, we're going to put a chart up in the window. It's called Story Parts. In the beginning, we're going to learn who our characters are. When did it happen? What's the setting? Where were they? And I'm going to write the word time. I forgot the word time. And then middle, the plot. What happens? What's the problem? And at the end, what was the solution? How did she solve their problem? Now, we learned in the Foolish Milkmaid, she did not solve her problem, did she? What did her mama tell her? Ah, foolish Molly. Yes. Why was she foolish? What was the lesson, Riley, that she learned? Because remember, right here, in the plot, what we just talked about, the middle, she was dreaming about the money she would make. Oh, I'll go sell this milk. I am going to buy me some chicken. The chicken's going to lay the finest egg, and I'm going to have all the money. And when I get the money, I'm going to buy some more chicken, and they're going to lay some more eggs. And I am going to use my money to buy the prettiest dress, and all the boys are going to want to dance with me, and the girls are going to be what?
Jealous.
Jealous. What was she doing? Riley, what lesson did she learn? Because she flipped her head and that milk pail went what?
Flying.
Yeah. What lesson did she learn? I see some hands. Can you talk so you can remember what lesson she learned?
She learned
Yeah, she sure did. What did she learn? Good. What lesson she learned? I love that. You want to share that with her? 5, 4, 3, 2. Good job. Y'all remember, you don't have to stop talking until I get to what number? 1, because you need to finish your thought. Atlas, share with them. Now, this is your time to talk loud because we're not on the playground, so you want everybody to hear your thoughts. Tell me, what did you say? What was the lesson that she learned?
Thinking about stuff she never had.
Right, and so she was dependent on all of that stuff. So, Hazel told us yesterday what you said. Not to count on what you don't have. And remember, I shared with y'all what my mama used to always. That means Miss Kitt used to dream about stuff I didn't have. So my mama would always tell me, "Don't count your chickens before they hatch." And she didn't even have chickens. She had milk. Yes, sir.
Also, while talking to Levi about worry about what happened later, and you don't focus on what happened now, you're focusing on accomplish what you wanted later in the future than what you want in the present.
You are absolutely right. And I love how you acknowledge that you were talking to Levi. That is what I want. That's what we call accountable talk. When you're talking and you are able to share what the other person is talking to you about. Very good. Now, this is what I want us to look at. We're going to look in our work packet. You have your red folder. I want you to open up your work packet. We're on Unit 2, Week 1, should be